it's a pleasure to welcome you to this ED Talk on technology and inclusiveness with my great friend Rodrigo. So Rodrigo, I think we're going to start by allowing you to introduce yourself, please.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's also a great pleasure to be here. Thank you, Olivier, for inviting me. Well, I run an institute in Brazil, and our mission is to guarantee that every child with disability has access to mainstream school. So being in touch with the other students and having the chance to achieve his or her best in terms of development, in terms of building autonomy.
45 million people with some disability and many abilities. How can skills stand out more than limitations? How can we urge people to respect diversity and overcome prejudices? Global presents Powered by Respect. For the first time, a quadriplegic drove a race car with mind control. To enhance awareness, we built a very special car.
Você tá brincando.
Our innovation team combined EEG brain power technology with steering algorithms and track mapping.
O carro tem computador de bordo que traduz esses pensamentos para comandos efetivos no carro. Ele consegue atuar em todos os elementos mecânicos do carro.
Direita. Acelera.
Wow. It was the vehicle to launch a social responsibility action on our channels and digital platforms. The campaign kicked off the Formula One season.
Uma pessoa com tetraplegia.
It hit the media and social media.
When I heard that you were the first quadriplegic person to drive a Formula One car with your mind, I was like, no way, he's the first person to drive a Formula One with his mind. And that's way more important. No one did that before.
Hi Rodrigo, so I'm here with Olivier, and so yeah, great to see your video. I hope that was a lot of fun, of course, and great that you were able to experience to be on in a race car on the racetrack. 80 kilometers per hour, not bad. Maybe next time even faster. Who knows? But anyways, maybe it would be good to meet you one day, and great to know that you're such a fan of our sport as well. And so best regards here from the WEF in Davos, and bye bye.
Nico Rosberg, 2016 Formula One World Champion. Thank you, Nico. We got someone else.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Dear friends, dear Olivier Oullier, dear Rodrigo Mendes. You are all here Formula One fans, but I know that Rodrigo is even more a Ferrari enthusiast. And so I thought that a message from me after one from Nico Rosberg will make you happy. So the work of your foundation, you aim to build an inclusive society that guarantees equal rights and values human difference. To this end, you have developed research and continuing education programs related to social control in the field of inclusive education. You have been doing a fantastic job that deserves to be showcased and praised at this Global Skills Education Forum. But you also accomplished a great sporting feat last June, driving a single-seater on the track with ease. I wish to congratulate you warmly on this achievement and for all of your activities, which are very much in line with our objectives, especially the goal of providing everyone with access to sport, regardless of our differences and disabilities. We have created a new commission this year to deal with these issues. You are an example of courage and will, and you push the boundaries of what is possible. Thank you for your commitment, thank you for your actions, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Unbelievable. Wow.
So what you don't know is, thanks to you driving the car with your mind, Klaus Schwab, the executive chairman and founder of the World Economic Forum, and JeanTodt found out about what we're doing and invited us to participate in a global program on road safety that has been launched at Davos And it wouldn't have been possible without your performance because they wouldn't have known about us.
Wow.
So in addition to everything you're doing for inclusiveness, you're also contributing to saving lives on the road.
Okay.
So for those who did not attend the session yesterday, here's a reminder of what happened.
I want to actually introduce my friend Rodrigo Mendes from Brazil over here. Rodrigo is in a wheelchair, as you see, but when he was young, he was a sportsman. Last year or the year before, using technology, TV Globo actually did a reality program on him where he drove a Formula One car up to 80 kilometers per hour using his mind. Now,
I read about it.
You read about it?
Yeah. I was like,
So
how in the world how did you do that?
Can we get a mic up here? Because I want Rodrigo to ask a question. Can I borrow that?
Yeah.
Luke, can you help?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Lewis. Hi. It's an honor to meet you. And well, I heard that you're a fan of Ayrton Senna. So, you know, the Brazilians are recognized by being very, very good pilots. So, don't get it wrong, but I would like to invite you to race against me. And then,
It's getting better.
please choose the track, okay? Whenever you want, I'll be there.
Can I use the same the technology that you're using? Could I use that technology? Can we fight with our minds?
So Olivier over
Yes,
here.
Olivier is the president of the company, so he can arrange that for you, but as you want.
Oh yeah, listen, it has to be the same car and the same gear, so
Exactly.
it will be mind
Exactly.
control against mind control.
Perfect.
Sounds good? Do we have a deal
very
here?
much up for it.
Fantastic.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No, thank you so much.
That was thanks of Olivier.
And
He
Vikas.
arranged that. He arranged that.
So wait. Here's the deal. It's like you heard. He was like, "I give you the advantage of a track." I thought you were going to tell him, "I give you 10 seconds ahead. I'm gonna beat you anyway." And we have to thank Lewis Hamilton for agreeing to race Rodrigo. And we're going to take questions now. I'm sure you got questions for Rodrigo.
Well, it's I've got two questions.
Let me turn to you. Tem cada outro, vou virar pouquinho para ela.
First, I'd like to know the company that has created this, so that I can read a little bit more about it, please. And second of all, you weren't just driving a car. You've illuminated a road of hope. I'm sorry, I don't want to get emotional, but my daughter has got CP, and seeing you do that, you know, has really inspired me. So thank you.
Okay.
See, it's what we were talking about. Unintended, very positive consequences of what was entertainment maybe for you, and I'm sure amazing. Can I share something about why you're in the chair to people?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is why it meant even more to Rodrigo, is that 27 years before him being in that car, as he was about to start driving his own car in Sao Paulo, someone shot him in the back, dragged him out of a car, left him for dead, and stole the car. So it was the first time that Rodrigo was back behind the wheel and being able to drive. So for you, it was driving again. For a lot of people, it was opening doors, opening roads, whether for partnerships, inspiration, giving hope to people. And I think this is something we can't quantify, you can't quantify, but we are extremely grateful for that. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay.
So before we all cry, can we have another question, please?
But you were interested about the technology, then we have to explain her.
We're here, I'll happily talk about the technology
Okay.
off camera. We're not here to advertise the tech, but to talk about my friend.
Thanks very much. My name is David. I'm from South Africa, Cape Town. We hide the Down syndrome children. We hide the children with physical disabilities severely intellectually disabled. What advice would you give to our government, or what advice do you give to the Brazilian government about making sure that our society is far more inclusive?
I think the first thing is to see that this is not acceptable anymore. We cannot just see children being excluded from schools and saying nothing. That's a matter of human rights. And that needs to come from the top leadership. The government has to assume that as a priority. And to implement that, it's important to transform this vision into laws, into legislations, into practices. And as I was saying, and to see that as an opportunity to transform schools, to offer a better education for all. So what I would suggest is to put our voice working in favor of this cause, and not just being part of a system that simply excludes and eliminates the future perspectives of so many people.
Thank you, and that's a great segue to the last bit we had to talk about, is this thing that you hinted at with our friend Niall Dunn on stage in Tokyo, which is your next, can I call that a pet project because it's so big? Okay, talk about it now.
Yeah, well, I mentioned that during the panel in the morning. So I was invited to participate in a panel in Tokyo 2 years ago, and the topic was how to be more ambitious in terms of the social legacy generated by the games. And my proposal, summarizing here, was to use the Olympic flame as a powerful symbol of human equality. Because nowadays, I don't know if everyone is aware of that, what happens is at the closing ceremony of the Olympic Games, they just put off the flame of the Olympic cauldron, and then like 3 weeks later, they light again a second cauldron, and then the Paralympic Games starts. So if we stop to think about that, it's a very negative message, because you are saying, this is the best, the elite of humankind, and now we have something more related to philanthropy or something like that. So the idea, it is not easy, you were asking, it's not easy to put the two games together. That will be the long-term vision to work as a one game, let's say. But what we can do right now is to promote a symbolic unification of the games through the Olympic flame. So keeping the flame lit during that period, that would be an amazing change in history, I would say. Yeah?
One flame.
One flame, yeah.
Well, thank you very much to all of you for coming. The next sentence is going to be a bit surreal, but thank you, Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton, JeanTodt, Vika Spota, and the Varke Foundation for the support. Congratulations again. And I'm going to leave stage, and we're all going to applaud the only guy that matters here.
Oh, no. He's the guy, he's the guy. Okay, and if anyone wants to talk more, I will be outside the whole day, okay?
Yeah, try to catch him, he moves fast.